been some nasty things happening.
Real nasty.
And people will tell you the business is just like that. That's not true. Every man does not act a certain way. They'll be like, oh, that was the error. Guys just did that. But wrong is wrong no matter what that time period is.
That's a fact. But I also feel like there's two components when it comes to that. Wrong is wrong, and accountability is definitely the justice that should happen regardless of time frame. But that same reward or penalty for one's actions or deed, if the allegation ain't actual fact, it needs to be held accountable in that way as well.
Yeah, I definitely think both ways. Because I see people saying, well, why did she not say anything about women in general? They'll say that when it happened. And it's not easy to step up and be vocal when somebody's in a position of power.
Right.
To be able to perhaps stop your career, where people around you are even scared to speak up.
Right.
And it's not even happening to them.
I just feel like I can't ever really speak from a place where I'm not informed. We can always have our opinion and perspective. When the truth is undisputed, it shows.
What happens when a legendary rapper like Busta Rhymes breaks down in tears, revealing secrets that have stayed hidden for decades? In a moment that left fans stunned, Busta opened up about the alleged dark side of Diddy's infamous parties and the shocking claims of what he says he was forced to endure. The music industry has long been shrouded in rumors of power plays, manipulation, and secrecy, but this revelation takes it to an entirely new level. Busta Rhymes didn't just share his personal pain. He put a spotlight on the toxic culture within hip-hop that so many have been too afraid to discuss. From shocking allegations of being coerced into compromising situations with other rappers, to the impact it had on his career and mental health, his story is a wake-up call for an industry that thrives on silence and loyalty at any cost.
Thank you, King. Come on now. Love you very much.
So why is Busta speaking out now? What exactly happened at these parties? And how did Diddy allegedly wield such power over some of the most iconic names in music? Stay tuned, because this video dives deep into the details of Busta Rhymes' emotional confession, the reactions from the public and celebrities, and what this means for the future of hip-hop.
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, you know, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
And it's incredibly sensitive.
It's extremely sensitive, and I think that people don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is, because an opinion can detrimentally affect someone short-term and long-term. And I just, from my own learning experiences and being through, you know, none of us are exempt from going through challenges and obstacles and trials and tribulations. Some are way more intense and extreme than others. But I think at the end of the day, as we go through these things, we learn from them, and we also got to learn how to help people get through them. And that's the angle in life that I like to approach things from, because I know if any one of us is going through challenges in general.
Busta Rhymes' emotional revelation. Busta Rhymes recently stunned fans with a tearful and raw revelation, shedding light on alleged dark secrets from his past. During an emotional interview, the rap legend recounted harrowing experiences tied to his time in the music industry, revealing claims that Diddy coerced him into compromising situations with other rappers. The setting was intense, with Busta visibly shaken as he broke his silence after years of carrying the burden of these allegations. The details he shared were both shocking and unsettling. Busta alleged that Diddy used his influence to manipulate him into uncomfortable and compromising situations, often leveraging the presence of other prominent rappers. The specifics of these allegations, while disturbing, are critical in understanding the scope of power Diddy is accused of wielding. Busta's revelations shed light on an alleged culture of exploitation hidden beneath the glamour of the hip-hop world.
I think that we kind of like confuse ourselves, prematurely pass judgment, and we're not realizing how much we can directly and indirectly affect everyone involved with our unwarranted opinions. So with that being said, I'm gonna reserve my opinions and I'm gonna wish the best for everyone involved. Everybody probably need to mind their damn business until the truth is undisputed. At that point, justice needs to be served accordingly for everyone involved. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's unfortunate because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I'm talking about for the victims, and I'm talking about for Diddy. So, you know, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna mind my business, and hopefully everybody can find it in their hearts to keep their opinions to themselves, and just know that every time you voice an opinion, you might be hurting somebody.
Diddy's alleged influence over rappers. The allegations against Diddy paint a troubling picture of power and manipulation in the music industry. According to Busta, Diddy allegedly wielded his influence to create a sense of dependency among young and aspiring artists. This power dynamic allowed him to control their actions, careers, and in some cases, their personal lives. Such tactics reportedly involved psychological and professional leverage, making it nearly impossible for artists to push back. One of the most alarming aspects of these claims is the suggestion that other rappers may have also been victims of similar coercion. While many remain silent, the possibility of widespread manipulation raises questions about how much of the industry's success has been built on exploitation. Busta's allegations align with broader patterns seen in entertainment, where power imbalances have enabled predators to operate unchecked.
Orlando Brown. I recently saw a video where he said some crazy things.
So you smashed him? You smashed him when it was girls?
I didn't smash anything.
So how you know
we
that?
made love. We made love. That's
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And
I know exactly what you're thinking. He's crazy, right? However, a couple years ago, he went viral for this.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash goosemash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf.
Recently, with all the allegations that came out with Diddy, people started thinking, you know what, Orlando Brown might not be so crazy after all. So the fact that he's saying he made love to all these other people, I'm not saying he did, but I'm also not saying he didn't. Do you think Orlando Brown is crazy? Or do you think he's actually out here making love to your favorite rapper?
Culture of secrecy in hip-hop. Hip-hop, like many corners of the entertainment world, operates under a veil of secrecy, often enforced by non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Busta Rhymes' revelations shine a light on how NDAs have allegedly been used to silence victims and protect powerful figures like Diddy. These legal tools, while common in the industry, have been criticized for perpetuating a culture of silence and enabling exploitative behavior to thrive without accountability. Artists who dare to speak out often face backlash, both from within the industry and from fans. For Busta, coming forward carries immense risks, including potential damage to his career and reputation. Whistleblowers like him often face isolation, but his courage has sparked conversations about the systemic issues plaguing the music industry. Advocacy groups and industry insiders are beginning to rally behind Busta, emphasizing the importance of his voice in breaking the cycle of silence.
I want to give you one thing, and you may not want to touch on it, but I'm going to give it to you, okay? I'll Be Sure is my dude. And what I mean by that is me and Al talk once a week, once any other week. And when we see each other, it seems like no matter how long it is and how long it's been, we've always had love and been cool with each other. I got a lot of respect for Al. I want to say this to you, Quincy, because I know that your mother was protecting you not only from Al, which is your father and he loved you, it was for what he would have done or Puff would have done to him. Your father ain't never been no sucker. He's a good dude. And your mother was protecting you and him.
Public and industry reactions. The public response to Busta Rhymes' revelations has been overwhelming, with social media platforms lighting up with debates and discussions. Hashtags related to the allegations have trended globally, reflecting the public's engagement with this unfolding scandal. While many fans have expressed outrage and support for Busta, others remain skeptical, questioning the timing and motivations behind his decision to speak out.
Shocking footage of Justin Bieber after a Diddy party has emerged.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Justin, stop it. His mouth was stitched up.
The industry's reaction has been more complex. Some artists have expressed solidarity with Busta, applauding his courage to share his truth, while others have chosen to remain silent. This silence speaks volumes, as it underscores the fear and hesitancy that many still feel about confronting powerful figures like Diddy. Media outlets have also played a significant role, with tabloid headlines sensationalizing the story, while mainstream coverage focuses on the broader implications for the music industry. The ripple effect. What happens next? Busta Rhymes' emotional revelation could have far-reaching consequences, both legally and culturally. If his claims are substantiated, Diddy could face lawsuits or even criminal investigations. The fallout from such legal actions could extend beyond Diddy, potentially exposing others complicit in maintaining this toxic environment within the music industry. For Busta, this moment could be a turning point. While he faces risks, his courage has already inspired others to question the status quo. His next steps, whether they involve further legal action, advocacy work, or continued public statements, will likely shape his legacy as not just an artist, but also a champion for justice.
Diddy Combs expected back at federal court in Lower Manhattan for a hearing set for this afternoon. Combs' attorneys asking to see more evidence that they say is currently in the hands of federal prosecutors. The music mogul is being held without bail following his arrest in September in a federal sex trafficking case. Combs has pleaded not guilty. His trial is set for May.
Rapper and music producer Jay-Z has been accused of assault alongside Diddy, but he's not the only celebrity that's facing accusations connected to the Sean Combs sex scandal. I've been reporting this story for a few months now. Let's dive into some of the other notable names that are connected. Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. is accused of groping music producer Rodney Jones while on Combs' yacht in 2023. That's according to a lawsuit filed by Jones. Cuba Gooding Jr. denies the allegations. R&B singer Aaron Hall is accused of assaulting a woman in 1990. The woman filed a lawsuit against Hall and Diddy that alleged that Combs assaulted her first. Both Hall and Diddy deny the allegations. Bad Boy Records producer Harvey Pierre, Diddy, and an unnamed person were sued by Anna Kane, the ex-wife of an NHL player. Kane alleged that the three gang raped her when she was just 17 years old after they trafficked her across state lines in 2003. Pierre denies the allegations. Diddy's son, Christian Combs, was accused of groping and assaulting a woman who was working on a yacht leased by Diddy in 2022. She says she was given a spike shot of tequila and that she told the captain, but that he was paid by Diddy as part of a cover-up. Rapper Young Miami, who once dated Combs, has also been named in lawsuits against Diddy. She was accused of being a part of his sex trafficking operation. Another allegation claims that she harassed a woman who was assaulted and impregnated by Diddy to have an abortion.
Cultural accountability, reshaping hip-hop's narrative. Busta Rhymes' story isn't just about one artist's experience, it's a reflection of deeper issues within the entertainment industry. The allegations against Diddy highlight the need for cultural accountability, where power is no longer used to exploit but to uplift. This moment could serve as a turning point in hip-hop, challenging long-standing norms and expectations. Advocacy movements like Had Me Too have already begun to reshape narratives in other industries, and hip-hop may be next. Busta's bravery has opened the door for more conversations about power dynamics, exploitation, and the role of silence in enabling abuse. This could lead to tangible changes, from better protections for artists to a cultural shift in how success is achieved and maintained.
Dawn Richard was on the television show Making the Band in the early 2000s, where thousands and thousands of people tried out to be on the show. And she alleges that during the show Making the Band, that she and the others were subjected to horrendous conditions. They weren't allowed to eat, they weren't allowed to sleep, they were locked in places and not allowed to leave. They were subjected to all kinds of gender comments, calling them names, insulting them. She alleges that she was groped and grabbed by Sean Combs, that she witnessed him physically assaulting other women, that he restrained her, locked her into cars and other places, falsely imprisoned her. And it was just a really terrifying experience for her. She says that when she tried to speak out on behalf of other women who he was abusing in her presence, she was threatened, and she felt very, very fearful.
He's going to plead not guilty, obviously. He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers. And I expect a long battle with a good result for Mr. Combs.
Do you think he'll be released?
I'm going to fight like hell to get him released, and he should be released with all that he's done and coming here voluntarily.
You said the police were working with you on this case. You wanted to get the report. We talked about this. You said things were going smoothly, but now it's not. So when did that change?
Last night, actually, I got an email from them, the county, not the city police, that then said I needed a subpoena to get the records, which I think we all know about Freedom of Information Act, which requires a public information be given freely. That's why it's a federal law. So I've never experienced in any situation where I have been told I needed a subpoena to get public information. I was floored, I was shocked, and it was apparent to me that some type of cover-up is going on. The Orinda police are in violation of federal law, and I will make sure if they want to be the next facing a lawsuit, they can be the next.
And that wraps up today's deep dive into Busta Rhymes' emotional revelation and the shocking allegations he made about Diddy's infamous parties. From the chilling details of what allegedly happened behind closed doors to the broader implications for the music industry, this story has left us with more questions than answers.
In March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Why are we having this pushed again? I mean, it does need time, right?
Yeah, I think this is an important issue for the judge to determine. At the end of the day, I think it's really difficult for judges to put someone to detain a defendant pre-trial. At the end of the day, though, particularly with a case of this severity, the judge is weighing whether or not he obviously thinks that the defendant is going to flee, in this case Combs, or whether or not Combs is a danger to the community.
Right.
What the government is attempting to do now is to not only demonstrate that he's a risk of flight and that he's a danger to the community, but that continuously, since before even the investigation, Combs has been obstructing justice.
So if he doesn't make it this time, will a 5th bail attempt happen? You can keep trying and trying.
You can keep trying and trying, and he's probably going to go to the Second Circuit and do an appeal and see what the Court of Appeals has to say about it. Even if he doesn't win there, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to try.
Do you have a prediction?
I think given the seriousness of the offenses and the evidence that the government has proffered, it's unlikely that he's going to be released.
As fans and insiders react to these revelations, the spotlight is once again on the culture of secrecy and power dynamics that have dominated the hip-hop world for years. Will this moment lead to lasting change, or will it fade into the shadows like so many scandals before it? Only time will tell. What do you think about Busta's confession? Does this signal the start of a reckoning in the music industry? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth stories that uncover the truths behind the headlines. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.